Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Yappers Podcast, Episode 2. I'm your host, Parker, and your other host is Lexie.
Hi, guys.
Before we get into this episode, I just want to say a huge thank you for the immense support that we got for the first episode.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
172 views and 115 subscribers, which is absolutely nuts for our first episode ever doing a podcast. It's
Just two
honestly
random people from Michigan.
two random people from Michigan, one who has, moved to North Carolina, and it's just like we had this idea to start a podcast, and here we are, and the support already is absolutely crazy. So a huge thank you to everyone that has subscribed and that has watched the first podcast.
And thank you to everybody who said that me screaming at a bee was funny. Thank you.
I don't think anyone
Actually, people have texted me, so thank you very much.
Okay. I didn't see that. All right, so that's
Well,
not
people
that's
texted
not my
me.
fault. Well, why didn't they comment? Tell them to comment next time.
I'm not them. You guys comment because I'm getting yelled at over here.
And I also got told that I sound like I'm meant to be on a podcast, so I'll take that one as a compliment. But
so to whoever said that to Parker, make sure you compliment me too next time. Like, I'm offended.
Or you don't need to. I'll take the praise. I'll gladly do all that.
No, because I'm calling you out. I don't know who you are. I just know you're one of Parker's friends. So to whoever you are, after this episode comes out, you need to compliment me. Thanks so much.
Or just continue complimenting me. That's fine.
Okay, just let's do it.
Either way, if you have any feedback, leave a comment down below so we can both read it, so we can both keep up to date and keep in touch with the audience. That's just the most reliable way to do it.
Yes.
But with all of those thank yous and all the sappy stuff behind us, let's get to our first segment, which is just questions that y'all have for us, a Q&A. And for our first question, we have one from one of my friends in my friend group. It says, "When will Parker get a job?" Now, it's a funny story. So with my friend group, they all have jobs. I currently don't. So it's one of those things. They call me Steve Jobless.
Steve Jobless.
Dude, it's horrible. And they just obviously just friendly banter. But to answer the question, soon. I'm applying every day to different places. So soon, you boy will have a job.
I clearly cannot answer this question because I am not Parker. So, with that being said, our next question is, what is the worst thing you have ever done? Do you want to start this one off, Parker, or do you want me to?
Okay. So what are we counting as like the worst thing? Because
I don't know. I'm just an angel. Like, I've never
because
done
I don't do
bad.
bad things. Like I'm not doing tomfoolery outside. I'm not up to antics. I don't do all that stuff. So it's like, if we want to count like going into like an abandoned building, quote unquote trespassing, then I guess that would be the worst thing I've done.
Wait to admit that on the internet. You're gonna have the feds after you now.
Hey, they don't know the locations, so that's all I'm saying.
They could find it.
But I'm just, I that's just something I like to do. Like there's like an abandoned train track, and they had like a few buildings back where I grew up. So
that reminds me of a story.
What story does it remind you of?
So, fun fact: Parker and I used to live together for a while.
Yerp.
So, we were both at like middle school at this point, and our neighbor's house, like nobody owned. Well, people owned it, but like nobody lived there.
People owned it, but it was like deserted.
Yes, so we got on Instagram Live and we tried to break in there.
It did
and
not
I
work.
remember your mom was so mad.
Well, she can get over it. It's fine. What's the worst thing that you've done though?
I don't know. I feel like I sound like such a bad person.
Yeah. Yo, the feds, get her. She's done too many. She can't keep count.
No, I don't know. I just like I feel like this sounds so mean, but like if I'm not interested in someone, I just like kind of bye bye, like block
Okay,
them,
okay.
and then
So yours is like relationship esque, and I'm
I
over here.
just feel
I'm
I
over
feel
here
so
fully admitting
mean.
that I'm exploring abandoned places. Like,
I don't have any cool stories like that, Parker.
my bad. Okay. So that's the worst thing that you've done is just block someone.
That I can think of off the top of my head.
Okay. Okay. That's not that bad. Not like illegal or anything. So I
Or
think.
one time, oh my gosh. Actually, I'm such a horrible sister for this. Don't hate on me. My sister and I got into an argument one time and I slapped her so hard across
Damn.
the face that her glasses flew off and I broke her glasses. And then she got mad and she needed to take a walk. And I locked her out of the house.
Damn. What did y'all do? Like, what were y'all fighting over?
I don't know.
Well, R.I.P. Emily's glasses, I guess. Holy shit. All right. With all that being said, we're on to question 3. It says, what is your favorite food? I'll have you answer this one first.
This is such like a boring answer, but I really don't have a favorite food.
Oh,
Like
no, come on. You have to have a favorite
I
food.
don't though. That's the thing. It's not like something like I don't crave something multiple times a week and I'm like, "Oh, give me that." Yeah, really I really don't have a favorite food.
Well, I do. It could be okay. It could be like two answers, right? Either like a well seasoned medium rare steak, right? Or uh, a Chipotle bowl. I am a I will
I'm
I will do some things for Chipotle bowl. That's all I'm about to say.
I'm such a liar. I do have a favorite food.
See, I told you. I told you. Everyone has a favorite food. What is
But
it?
it's very specific and I this is going to get so sad when I can't have it anymore. But it was grandma's homemade bread.
Oh no. Okay, okay. If we're going down that road, grandma's I'm blanking out. What's it called? Her sausage biscuits gravy. That
Biscuits
was
and
good.
gravy.
Sausage biscuits gravy. Yeah. That was
I
so good.
yeah,
Her
I
bread's
think
iconic though, or her no bakes. Oh
or
man.
or her freaking cinnamon rolls. You guys, my grandma was the best cook ever. Like literally. Don't.
I think I would say my grandma. I was born first, so
You're literally like what, 3 months older than I am? Shut
yeah,
up.
yeah. But yeah, so either steak, chipotle bowl, or pretty much of any of grandma's cooking. Um,
Just mine is grandma's cooking in general.
fair enough, fair enough. Uh,
Well, was.
well, yeah, was.
R.I.P.
Well, yeah. Rest in peace, grandma. Appreciate you. All right.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Our, our next question is what's the craziest thing you've done?
Um, what's the craziest thing I've done? Oh, I think this probably isn't the craziest thing, but it's the first thing that came to mind. So one time when I was growing up, I think I was like 8, maybe. I don't know. I was okay. So my cousin had a quad. My cousin Gavin had a quad. I wasn't supposed to ride it.
Shout out Gavin.
Yeah, shout out Gavin. Um, I wasn't supposed to ride it. My mom said, "Look, when you're over there, you're not supposed to ride it." I said, "Okay." Obviously, didn't listen to that. So, I rode it, and my cousin Hunter was the one driving, and he rolled it, and luckily I had a helmet on, but I had like road rash all the way down my side, and I was like swollen. It was bad. No
Ew.
broken bones though, but just skin and flesh and swelling and blood, and it wasn't nice to look at. But
Ew.
so I remember my mom was pissed when she found out. But But I mean, I guess that would be the quote unquote craziest thing I've done, or cliff jumping in Tennessee, I believe.
Oh, I don't like that. No.
So I mean, like
No.
either of those two things, I know it's pretty boring, but one of those two things.
Well, that's the thing though. Like, I don't do crazy stuff. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a loser. I don't talk to people. I don't hang out with people. Oh,
You know, I mean, I
so
used to be like that, and you know, I got a little bit out of my shell, but either way.
what is the craziest thing I've done? I don't live life on the edge like Parker here.
I did like
I
semi
don't.
crazy things, and I'm being called like crazy.
I guess, like you said, trying to go into an abandoned building. I don't do crazy stuff. I'm not. That's not me.
You're not up to antics.
No. I watch Bridgerton. That is what I do.
Yeah, because that's all you talk about. It's Bridgerton. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? Watching Bridgerton,
I
bro.
I have not watched Bridgerton in like a couple weeks, so I'm proud of myself.
Oh no,
But
I bet
I
you're having like
literally
withdrawals.
let me shut up. Let me nerd out about this real quick. I am on season 3 and I'm on episode 5 and that's the last season and I need to finish it. But listen, there's some stuff going on. And okay, I need to shut up about it because you guys don't care about Bridgerton.
Don't spoil anything. You don't want to. You don't want to spoil anything in case any.
I'm not gonna spoil it, but nobody's gonna watch Bridgerton, and if you do,
Hey, you
like
don't know. You don't know that.
we're cool.
Yeah,
I
is
like
it?
you.
I do like I when I watch a show that I really like, I get like weirdly attached to it, right? Like I'm not gonna cry if a side character dies or whatever, but like
So sorry that was an accident.
but like it's like I want to continue watching the show, but I don't want the show to end.
Yeah.
So
No,
I'm
I get that.
stuck between like I want to watch the next episode, but I'm like so close, especially like when you're in the last season. Like
That's how I am
okay
with
for
books
Breaking
too.
Bad, specifically, right? So I was watching Breaking Bad, and I remember not wanting to finish the last season. The last season was so good, and I just wanted to keep watching, keep watching, keep watching. But as I got closer, it's like low key sad because no show is the same when you watch it through the second time. It still is good, but it's just not the same as seeing it for the first time.
See, I'm the type of person that I can just like rewatch shows multiple times, and it's still like, it's not like I've watched it. It's not the same feeling as it was when I first watched it, but like I can
Well,
rewatch
I mean,
shows.
I can rewatch it. Like I've watched Outer Banks like 5 times all the way
I
through.
still haven't watched Outer Banks. I'm gonna be completely honest.
That's crazy. But I can watch it, and
Yeah.
it feels good to watch. But nothing beats the first time.
No, it's the
I
same
wish
thing
I
with
could go
books.
back and watch Cars for the first time and just be like,
Oh my
whoa.
gosh, here we go with Cars.
I won't do a rant. I won't do a rant. Love the movie. Absolutely love the movie. Pixar, you have my heart. But I that's all I'll say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, we're getting off on a tangent that nobody asked to hear.
Getting
Let's
off
be
on my
honest.
Pixar tangent.
Okay.
All right. So do you have any more crazy stories or no?
No, I don't do anything crazy.
Okay. Question number 5. What do you think about Justin Bieber?
Am I starting off?
Yeah,
Or
I
are
guess
you?
so. I don't really have anything. So
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I still jam out to Justin Bieber, but like old Justin Bieber is so much better than new Justin Bieber.
I guess it depends on the song though.
Like if we're going off of like intentions and like freaking what's oh my gosh, what's it called? What song am I thinking
What's
of?
what called? I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know either. Oh my gosh. I can't think of it, but like
How
like
does
it's
it
such
go?
an
How
easy
does it
song.
go?
Like I'm not singing. Nope. We're not. We're not doing that. No, no, no. So we'll just use Runaway Love for example. I would listen to Runaway Love off
I
of
don't think I've ever
Intentions any
listened
day.
to Runaway Love. to be honest.
You just don't know.
But
My
like,
sister
dude,
and I, Emily.
if you like put "Ghost" on by Justin Bieber, I would jam
Oh,
out to
that
that.
song is so good. That song is so good.
That song's on
I
my
love
playlist. I
that.
wouldn't even lie. That song's on my playlist.
It's so good. That song's so underrated, I
I
feel
think
like.
I also have "Sorry" on my playlist. I'm not
No,
too
I
sure.
can't. I think that song is way overrated.
Hey, overrated for a reason, right?
I guess. I mean, it's not a bad song, but it's not my first choice of Justin Bieber songs.
Fair, fair. My first is "Ghost."
Yeah.
But okay, so like
Um,
as for like what I think about him, he's all right. I'll give an all right answer for that.
um, I mean, I guess like I can't really put my full opinion on him because like I don't know him actually as a person.
But
I
yeah,
don't pay attention.
I don't hang out with them on a Saturday night. You know, like
For real. I don't pay enough attention to him or what he does to like really
exactly.
have an opinion on him. I just like his music.
That's why I said all right because I only know like a couple of his songs, but I don't follow him on any social media. I don't see what he's up to on a daily basis.
Oh, no, I do follow him on social media.
Why does
He
that
had a
not surprise
baby.
me? Okay.
A shush it. Listen,
I don't like other than
stop.
Formula One. I don't really follow any celebrities.
Well, you know what?
I
Get
I
out
used
of
to
here.
follow Sydney Sweeney, but I had to unfollow her for my.
Okay, okay. Next question. Next question.
Moving on.
Of what is oh, sorry. What's your take what's your hot take about Love Island? First of all, wrong freaking segment. Wrong segment. This
Wrong.
is not hot takes.
Well,
But
either way, they formed it into a question, so we have to answer.
I've never like really watched the show. I started it, but I haven't really gotten into it. But I will say I might get hate for this. I don't care. Rob, that man is fine.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, all right, all right, all right. We're getting off track here.
He is. I am not gonna lie.
Okay, I've never watched Love Island. I've heard things about it and I know what it's about, right? But I personally I don't like it. I think it sets like what's it called, like unachievable, unreal expectations for what love should be.
Right. I
And
don't
none of
understand.
it's real, and
Yeah.
it's all scripted at the end of the day. But it sets up a unhealthy thought about what love should be, even though it's shouldn't be
Yeah.
accepted like that. But that's just me
You
getting
said that
philosophical,
so good.
like I'm very like my standards are pretty high, I guess.
Whereas I am like, oh, Rob is so hot.
Yeah, she's over here yapping about the guys. I'm like, let's get deep into this because it's a genuine concern about letting unrealistic expectations get in the way of true love. But with that being said, I don't like it. That's all I have. Do you have anything
Okay,
to
the next.
add or okay?
No, I
Um,
don't.
question 7. What is your theory about celebrities? What the fuck's that supposed to mean?
I
Like
don't know.
a theory?
I don't have theories about celebrities.
Yeah, I'm not over here coming up with fan fictions in the back of my head. I don't know. I don't know what they want from me.
So
Like
are we just skipping
theory?
this
Well,
question?
no. I mean, I kind of want to yap about it. I feel like I need to. Um,
But I don't have any theories. Like,
neither do I. But
what do you
I
mean?
want to like digest this. Like theory, as in like a Hollywood conspiracy on like how everyone's controlled. I don't follow that because I think everyone's just their own person that happened to be famous. But other than that, I think the theory is they just got lucky and they're good at what they do. Unless you're Sydney Sweeney and you're just hot, that's besides the point.
Okay. Oh, but I'm not allowed to call Rob from Love Island hot. God forbid. Um, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess we don't really have any theories about celebrities. So moving on.
This one is for Parker, and it is, what do you miss about Michigan? I live in Michigan. I forgot to say that in the last episode. I live in Michigan still, so I don't miss anything about it. I want to leave.
I think what I miss most about Michigan
It's his
is
super awesome cousin, Lexie.
sure we can go with that.
All right, tough crowd.
But it's the fact that a lot of my friends still live in Michigan. My best friend Chase lives in Michigan. Most of my family still lives in Michigan. So, I feel like just like family and friends is what I miss most about it. I feel like the state doesn't really matter. Although, like, other than the state, like my hometown, grandma's where our grandma lived, I miss that. I miss those towns, with immense passion. So other than missing the town and missing my friends, family, etc., I don't really miss anything other than friends and family. So
I
yeah.
don't have anything to add to that. Like I said, I still live here.
So I guess we can move on to the next question. So
Yeah.
Biggest concern for the next 50 years? World War III.
Yeah.
Without getting political, without getting philosophical, without doing all that, it's World War III. That's
Yeah.
And probably an economic collapse. But I feel like we have a solid 20 years until that happens. So, other than that, I have no concerns.
I just want to be able to have babies and live my life,
I don't want kids.
That's
kids
my
are
concern.
annoying.
Well, I do.
I say that, but kids, like babies, like adore me, and I don't know why. Like, whenever there's like a baby around, they're always staring at me. They always want me to hold them, or not. I shouldn't say always, but like most of the time they want me to hold them. They just like, want me to play with them or whatever. That's probably because I have the baby face, so they think I'm one of them with a dirt mustache.
Oh my gosh, with a dirt mustache.
I can't grow facial hair, okay. But other than that, I don't have any concerns. Like I said, without getting political, just want to make that perfectly clear. So I guess we could move on to our next segment, which is chaotic confessions. And this is a segment where some of our viewers have answered our Google form on like what their craziest, most weird confession is. So yeah, I'll let Lexie take away the first question or first statement. I guess I don't know.
I mean, this one says I'm better than everyone, which good for you
that's
for having.
But that's clearly wrong,
I guess.
because I'm better than everyone. So
no, because listen, I think Jesus is better than everyone, and y'all can suck it.
All right.
Thank you.
So we have me joking around, and we have Lexie getting religious on all of us. That's pretty much how.
You're welcome.
That's pretty much how this podcast will play out.
I just love Jesus, guys.
Me not taking anything seriously, and Lexie being religious on all of us.
It's not gonna be every episode. I just.
I feel like it depends on the question, depends on the answer that you need to give. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with it. To each their own. But yeah. For the next for the next question, this person says, "I only go to the fair to see the fine shits."
Same girl.
I was gonna say that's fair.
Guy.
That's fair. That's fair.
No pun intended. That's fair.
Yeah. Fair.
That's so funny.
I didn't even register that. I think that's just how funny I am, because I just say things and they just like attract laughter. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm
I'm
so
just that
funny.
funny. So, but I mean, that's fair, I guess. Like that's fine. Although I will say, like, going to the fair, like with a group of friends, just to ride rides and shoot the shit, is some of the most fun times you could possibly do.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I have nothing to add to that. Like,
Me
that's
neither.
like,
But
okay,
like,
good for you, Belle. Um,
oh, it's
okay,
my turn,
yep,
isn't
yeah.
it? I'm so tired. Um, Not really confession, but I had a friend that would lie about all the men she was seeing until I put all the dots together. I saw that she was just whoring around too much and lying. That's cool for your friend, I guess. I
Okay,
mean, get it,
Lexie,
I guess. I'm joking.
Lexie,
I'm
no, Lexie,
joking.
no, Lexie.
I'm
I have a theory.
joking.
I have a theory.
What's your theory?
I think this is about someone that I know and that you know of. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it.
Oh.
X.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, I'll have to get into touch with the person that I believe sent this, but I do think this is about one of my exes. Um.
Yeah.
Uh.
Speaking of, hold the phone. Hold the phone.
We're
Speaking
holding.
of that one, speaking of that certain person,
Yep.
I was on Heyday the other day, and I completely forgot we were friends on Heyday,
Oh.
and I was like, I was like, oh, okay, and I didn't realize it was hers, and I bought some apples from her.
Oh. So you're
Oops,
helping out her economy. You're helping out her farm.
I
All
didn't
right.
mean to. I
All
didn't
right.
realize it was her. I didn't
Yeah,
realize it
I
was her. I'm
haven't
so
been on
sorry.
Heyday, so I haven't noticed. But I
No,
really I'll have to text the person that I think sent this. I really do think that this is about her because this sounds exactly like what she was doing towards the end. I mean,
Parker,
does it
let's
not?
be
Does it not?
real.
Does it not? Does it not?
It does, but
Okay.
let's be real. You know how I feel about this girl. Like,
So
oh.
so if I texted her,
No, 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 and no. And one more time, no.
you know,
Do not ever.
Chase and I had this conversation last night. He was like, he said something about what was it? I don't know what it's about, but either way, he's like, and the one ex whom we should not speak of, and I'm like, okay, pal. Look, okay. At first, this relationship was going so well, and then she broke up with me, and then like 6 months later, we tried to run it back, and safe to say, the second time around was not good. Hence the confession. But moving on, because that brings up traumas. Okay, I don't. What the fuck do I say to this one?
Oh, I already know what I'm gonna say.
My friend's girlfriend gave me a hand job at a party by accident.
How? How does it accidentally happen?
How in the
Please explain to me.
how in how in the world does your junk slip out of your pants and your friend's girlfriend put her hand on it and start stroking it? That's like how how in the hell does that happen?
Accidentally. For
Apparently,
her.
what the hell? Um
Because this is news to me. That's like
I
somebody
don't
being like, I didn't mean to cheat. How do you not mean to cheat? Like, you do mean to cheat. Like, it was not an accident. You
you
don't
know
accidentally cheat.
when this question came in, I was like looking at the Google form. I wanted to like text you so bad and like talk about it, but I knew we had to wait. But
Yeah.
uh
That's what's hard about this thing is that we can't ever call each other anymore.
I mean at the end of the day,
Uh,
like we can like we can discuss it. I mean, this is basically our FaceTime call that we'll have like weekly or whatever.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
because I mean, it was basically a podcast anyway. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Just
But
nobody was listening.
exactly, and we
But us.
the podcast or in our FaceTime would have like over 170 viewers. So um
Oh my gosh, way to flex.
okay, no, okay, I was talking to my friend Austin about this, and I was like, I know it's not a lot,
Shh.
but for our first podcast and not really, not being famous already having like these like numbers is pretty good. But that's besides the point. Back to this confession, because I still can't get over it. One, it doesn't happen by accident. Two, it's your friend's girlfriend and you're a terrible friend. I don't know.
Like,
Don't
drop.
don't know what else to say to that. So
Yeah,
moving
if
on.
you came here for us to validate your opinion on that, that's not gonna be us. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, not sorry.
Okay. Why do I have to read this one? I don't know, but okay. I once went to a bar with a girl in a city, and she had to pee down in a bush on the sidewalk at 3 a.m. And then we made out in the subway, and apparently she accidentally dropped her shorts. So when we were making out, my hand was on pee-soaked shorts.
Okay, so
Ugh.
when she peed, she forgot to pull her pants down. I'm guessing.
I don't know. Did she like? I
We
don't
made
know.
out in the subway, and apparently she accidentally dropped her shorts. So when we were making out, my hand was on. Huh? Because okay, like
I
because
don't
no,
know.
because my thing, because what I'm thinking, right, is she squatted down to pee, right, behind a bush, and she forgot to pull her
Yeah.
pants down, because obviously bar, city, she's obviously drunk, and so her shorts are soaked with pee because she didn't pull them down. I'm guessing. and
Well,
and no, and then like when you're making out, like your hand goes on like the girl's like waist, like on the shorts, so the person's hand would be on pea soaked shorts, but it says
uh,
dropped her shorts,
so
so I'm
maybe it was
confused.
like, I don't even want to get into this. This is so weird to talk about. It's so gross. Like, I'm so sorry that your hand was in pee.
I'm
Like,
sorry that your hand was in pee. I'm sorry that you had to pee by a bush, and I'm sorry that you had to make out on a damn subway.
yeah, that's such a like, ugh, why?
Ugh.
Sorry. Just
It's
make out in the comfort of your own home,
yeah,
people.
yeah. Y'all can wait. Keep the tongue boxing to yourselves for a while.
Tongue boxing. Okay, now.
Okay, tell me that's not a funny way to say it. Like, come on now. But
Oh, so funny.
I know, right? But yeah, you could just wait. Yeah, that's about all I have to say for that one.
That's just so
It's just
gross. I
weird.
just can't. I can't. I
Maybe
would cry.
maybe don't.
Don't
I
make out with drunk girls,
don't
apparently.
make out with drunk girls and don't do it on a damn subway. That's just nasty. Moving on to the next and last question. This is a bro wrote a book. He says, I'm guessing he, not to assume. Says, I recently lost all my money in crypto. I ran up my bag from 4K to 50K and threw all my money in when the market started to tank, and I lost it all. Do you have any thoughts on this? I just want to know because it's been a hard few months for me. Much love, bro. Hope you do well. Um, maybe be smarter when you're investing. Um, don't try to gamble all of it. Like do it smart in like certain intervals. Um, I mean, I don't I don't have much to add to this because I have not lost over 50K in crypto. So, um, yeah. Lexi, do you have anything for this guy?
No, I don't invest. I don't do any of that. So sorry about your luck, I guess. That sounds so rude, and I'm sorry, but like, I, that's the risk you take, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, investing is all about risks, obviously. Once you know, learn more about it, once you know, play with your stocks, watch trends, you'll know better on when to cash out and when to invest more. Um, but yeah, just be more cautious when you invest. And if you don't have the money to lose, then don't do it. But if you have the money to lose, then that's on you. And as for much love, bro, hope you're doing well. I'm doing well, thank you. And I don't want to say love you because I don't know who this is. So, I mean, if I knew it
Hey,
was one of the boys, then I would say love you
Jesus
too. But
loves you.
damn
Jesus
straight,
loves you.
damn straight. But I feel like that's it for the chaotic confessions, right? We don't have any
Yeah,
more.
and
And
hold on,
I'm holding, I'm
hold
holding,
on.
holding,
Give
holding.
me a minute. Hold on. Just a few more seconds.
We're holding.
If you want to answer some of our Google Forms, go follow our Instagram, the Yappers Official.
Yeah. Shameless shout out. Follow the Instagram. Follow all of our Instagrams. All of our social medias are linked in our bio and in the description of this video. So, with that being said, um, X etiquette. Or I don't have a life rule this week. Do you?
I do.
Okay. So life rule of
It's
the week. Share a personal motto, tip, or philosophy. It can be deep or ridiculous. So basically, this is just share what you got.
so this is a relationship s um tip, I guess.
Okay.
If somebody is hurting you, if somebody hurt you, do not go back to them. Don't do it because they're just going to continue to hurt you. And if you're happy and they come back, do not fall for it. This is like personal. Like, take it from me personally.
Right.
Don't
Right.
go back. Don't do it. Just be smarter. I know it's hard. Just don't do it. Don't do it. And that's my tip. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Like I said, I don't have one this week. Um, but I'm pretty sure next week I'll have one. And that is meant to be a shorter segment, just to share our life rule and probably talk about it for like a minute or so and then move on. It's one of those things that it could be weekly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just unfortunately don't have one this week. X etiquette. How friendly is too friendly, and can you be friends with an ex? Are those the two questions we're answering for X etiquette?
Yes, can I go first, please?
Yes, you can. Let's answer the how friendly is too friendly one first, and then we can move on.
I think if it just really depends if on the intentions and who has feel like if you guys still have feelings for each other, like if one party has feelings for the other party but like it's not mutual, like, and that they still have feelings for you, don't be like flirting with them and leading them on because that's not okay
I
in
mean,
my
right, but I
opinion.
feel like you shouldn't do that for anyone. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I mean, yeah,
but
obviously,
I feel
but
like
we're
for an
talking
ex,
about
since you would have history with this person, um, what you said stands even stronger. But how
yeah.
friendly is too
And
friendly? I feel like friendly at all, even though if it was um, like a peaceful breakup, this person's still an ex, right? So you shouldn't be friendly at all towards them. And I'm not saying being rude, but you can be passive without being rude, and you can be passive without being friendly, if that makes any sense.
well, that's where I disagree with you because I think okay, never mind. That's just leading into our next question, and I
No,
don't know if
because
you're
it's
done.
especially right. Like if you're in a relationship, you should not.
No, no, I I completely agree with that. If you're in a relationship, don't be talking to your ex. Like, that's just
I feel like all I
don't.
have to say next is leading into the next question. So let's.
I know.
Can you be friends with an ex? I'll let you answer this one first.
So again, it just depends on if you're in a relationship. To me, like, I don't. But also at the same time, I don't know how to answer this question because I have been friends with exes before.
Red flag. Sorry.
But
Who said that?
but then oh my gosh, who would
I
say such a
I
thing?
love those TikToks, by the way. Absolutely love
I
them.
know. Um, but I guess I don't know, it just depends. But not I don't know because in my experience I've always still had feelings for an ex that I was trying to be friends with.
But and
Um,
that's the only reason you're trying to be
no,
friends, right?
no, not always. Let me take
Not
that back.
always,
Not
not
always.
always, but sometimes.
Most of the time it's when I still have feelings for someone, but there are times where I haven't had feelings for said person.
Right. Um, as for me,
So yeah, so yes and no. Yes and no.
that's a hard no. Um, you should not be friends with an ex. I feel like being passive, like still have them on Snapchat or whatever, is fine. But if you're being friendly, then that is something that you just can't do. And then obviously, if you're in a relationship, you should have no communication whatsoever because you did have past feelings for them. Unless you're older and you're divorced and you need to have that contact for your kid, then that's fine. But if
Well,
like you shouldn't
here's
be
my
just
thing.
yapping it up. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like if you guys ended on a good note, or you were together a long time and you found out something happened to like a family member or something, like reaching out is fine and being like, hey, like if you need anything, I'm here for you. Like,
Unless you're in a relationship. Like
yes,
I
unless
feel
you're
like
in a
you
relationship. But
shouldn't
if
do that
you're
if you're in a relationship.
if you are single,
I don't know.
then
For
I
me,
feel
I
like
just
it's
don't
fine.
pay like any attention to any of my exes. You know what I mean? Like I don't. I mean, I will say I have reached out to a couple. See how they're doing or whatever. But you
Oh, but
never.
you just said that's too friendly.
Okay, I wasn't in a relationship. I wasn't in a relationship, and I know that kind of contradicts myself. But it never extends beyond that. Like, it never goes into multiple like multi-day conversations with multiple different conversations. But it's always just one quick like, "Hey, how you doing?" Okay, goodbye. That's literally all it amounts to,
I know who you're talking about.
unfortunately.
Don't say unfortunately. What do you mean?
No, I'm doubling down, unfortunately. So,
Okay, whatever.
okay,
Next is
what?
oh, sorry.
What were you
Sorry.
saying? What
No.
were you gonna say?
No.
No?
I was just gonna name the next segment, but
Yeah, no. You can name the next segment.
next is tea time. I don't really have tea, but I do have a rant.
I don't have tea either, but you can use this as your rant time.
Okay, good, because I've been thinking
Unless
about
it's targeted
this.
towards me, then don't do it.
It's not targeted towards you.
All right.
So, why? Okay, this really irritated me the other day because, okay, I don't even know where to begin my rant.
You got this. You got
So,
this.
if you care about somebody and you know they've struggled with things in the past, like drinking and drugs, why are you going to encourage that person to continue to drink and do stupid shit? Like, that's what pisses me off. But then say you care about said person. Like, you don't care about that person if you're still letting them do that. Not like, and don't be controlling about it. Just be like, hey, I think this is enough. Like, you need to get help. Like, you don't care about somebody if you're enabling them to do those things. you know?
I mean, I feel like if it was a problem, then you kind of have to be like forceful. You know, don't really care about their opinions. If it's a problem, then
Yeah.
it needs to stop. But
Well,
yeah,
don't not be forceful. I'm just saying don't be like controlling about it and manipulative about it. Don't be like, I'm gonna leave you if you don't stop. Just be like you
no,
need
like
to get help.
let's work on this together. You know, like
Yes.
we're
And if
in
it
the
does
same
get
boat.
to a point, I will say if it does get to a certain point where it's like bad, then
Abusive,
yes,
yeah.
leave said person. But if you can't stick with your partner through something hard like that, then I don't know.
Like I know, like if one of
Or
my
if it
friends
becomes
said,
mentally draining,
but I feel like if it
then
becomes mentally draining, you could still try to work on it, like as a couple. You know what I mean? Like you
well,
still.
I've been in situations where I've been in a deep spot and I had a person in my life who would drink every single day and that like and they were not in the best. I don't really want to tell the story because it's not my story to tell, but also it kind of is.
Then I mean, if you don't want to get into it, then don't get into it. But
But said person was also in a bad place and we were just like my mental health was getting dragged down. So yes, I did end things with said person.
I mean, I think I'm thinking more of like a longer term relationship. You know what I mean? Like if you're already married type thing.
Well, no, that's completely different.
But I mean, the some of the things still stand. Like if you're getting abused
Yes.
or if you're whatever, get out of there. File for divorce.
Yes.
Do what you need
Yes.
to
Yes.
do.
Yes.
But
Yes.
like if it's just mentally draining, try to work on it. If it becomes too
No,
much at
yeah.
the end of the day, it's not working. Then yeah, do what you need to do. Part ways. But
Mm-hmm.
try to work on it and build up your partner.
Mm-hmm.
As for being forceful, like, I know if like one of my friends, Chase, for example, you know, we we get
Chase
older.
already is an alcoholic.
It's just like he's already an alcoholic, but it's not like bad. But if it became like a legitimate problem, I promise you, I'd drop kick him. Like,
I'll
I would
drop kick him. I don't even know him.
fly across the room, drop kick him, and take his drink away. But it's not a legitimate problem with them right now, so we're chilling.
As yeah, Chase is your secret lover. We all know this, Parker.
All right, pal. All right, pal. Okay, every straight guy is semi homosexual, not literally, but like have like joke around and whatnot towards their best friend.
I feel like if men are too homophobic, they're hiding something. They're
Exactly.
definitely hiding something.
Well, I mean,
There's no
it's the
way.
same thing I said for the big truck in the and last week's episode. If you have a big truck, small pee, right? Homophobic, secretly gay. And there's nothing wrong with being gay. I'm just saying, if you're very against it, you might want to do some self reflection. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Okay, I think. Are we done? Do we want to
Yeah,
move
no,
on
I'm
to?
done with that rant.
Okay.
I just really needed to get that out, especially on here.
Oh, all good, all good. For our last segment of this episode is Would You Rather? And we will alternate questions here, and we will both answer them. Do you want to read first? Do you want me to read first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Would you rather have your most embarrassing DM leaked or your group chat messages exposed?
DM.
Me too, because I
DM.
feel like I feel like I feel like my most embarrassing DM is probably something from middle school, so I can't be like that embarrassed about it because like come on, all of us have embarrassing stuff from middle school,
Oh,
whether
for
you like
sure.
to admit it or not.
For sure.
There's some embarrassing stuff in there, like an argument with a friend or something,
Oh, exactly.
or
As
with your cousins.
as for the group chat, that's just a no. Um,
Oh, no.
absolutely not.
Never.
Um,
Those messages will never see the light of day in
a-
any of my group chats,
absolutely not. Um,
especially our group chats.
especially our group chat, and then the one I have with the guys. Oh Lord, that would not that would not go well. But without exposing myself either way, I'm going DM, and that's my answer.
Me too.
Okay, for question 2, we have: would you rather spill your deepest secret on... What's that supposed to say? You wrote these out. Spill your deepest
Spill
secret
your deepest
on...
secret on air,
Oh,
or
I
have
thought that was an L. I thought it was all right. I was like, what? Okay, spill your deepest secret on air, or have your ex be on as a surprise guest. What ex?
it doesn't matter, just any ex.
Any of them?
No, actually, let's get messy in the one we were talking about earlier.
Okay, then. Okay. Um.
I know my answer to this already.
Um. What deepest secret do I have? I'm going deepest secret. I don't know what it is, but I would rather do that.
I am going with X because that could get so messy and that oh, I love that. But at the same time, okay, what X are we talking about with me?
Oh no.
Are we talking about first heartbreak? Are we talking about
First,
you
like
told
actual heartbreak.
you know who that is?
Like that shit messed you up.
Oh yeah, I would have him on. I would love to clock his shit.
See, with me, I couldn't deal with it. I would get way too mad, and I know for mine as well, you would get way too mad.
Exactly, that's the fun in it.
No, I don't want to deal with it.
I do.
And it goes back to I don't really have contact with any of my exes, so but yeah.
Okay, the next one is be cheated on once and told, or never know, but it happens a few times.
Okay, other than okay, if you were cheated on once and told, is the cheating done after that? Is she 100% loyal? Is the partner 100% loyal after that?
But that's the thing, you never really know because you're gonna have the trust issues there. So I'm saying,
okay, but you never. Okay.
I'm gonna say be cheated on
no.
once and told, because sorry, but after that I'm leaving because
Yeah,
I don't think.
I would say that as well. I mean, part of me would be it'd be easier if you just didn't know. But
Yeah, but then it happens all the time, and then you can
exactly,
risk getting diseases.
exactly. So I'm being cheated on once, being told, and leaving that
Exactly,
biatch.
because even if it never does happen again, there's always going to be that thought in your mind, it could
Right, because
happen
you don't
again.
know it's not gonna happen again. We
Exactly,
gotta think
because
about this. You're in those shoes and you don't know what the other option is.
trust issues.
Yeah, no, for real.
Love it.
Would you rather interview your last fuck? Would you rather interview your last relationship or last situationship? Well, for me, it's the same person. So, well, I guess either or, because for me, it's the same person.
I'm going to say last situationship because no hate to my last relationship, but I don't think I could. No. I just, I don't want to say anything.
Right.
Anyway.
Anyways, moving on.
Would you rather date someone who has no social media or someone who posts thirst traps every day?
I would say 0 social media, because I mean they still have a phone number, so you can text them.
I would say that too, and I don't really think I think that I don't think someone having social media is a red flag. If they don't have social media, I don't find that a red flag.
No,
If
don't.
anything, that should be a green flag.
I mean, I would say that's a neutral flag. I mean, it's it's not good, it's not bad, it's just okay. You know what I mean? Oh, you don't have any social media? Okay, that's fine, whatever. You know what I mean? But it becomes an issue when they say that they don't have it, but then they secretly do. You know what I mean?
But this is like guaranteed that.
Yeah, okay, guarantee they don't have it. Then yeah, that's 100% fine. Because
I think that's a
thirst
green
traps,
flag in
absolutely
my
not.
opinion.
Absolutely not. I'm gone. Deuces if they're posting thirst traps every day. Gone. And even one, I'm gone, because that is. Why do you need validation from other people? You know what I mean?
No, yeah, for real.
I thought you
I
you said no, as in like you don't know what I mean. I was like, what?
No.
I was about to like crash out. But yeah, I'm saying zero social medias because
Yeah, I don't find that
it's
a red
just
flag.
better.
I think that's a green flag in my book.
All right. Would you rather block someone mid convo or pretend not to see their message for 3 weeks?
So here's
Did you pick this one like as a like, is this one personal for you that you picked, or is it just something you found?
personal. What do you
Like
mean
has it
by that?
happened to you, or did you do it to someone, or is it just like one random one that you found?
Both.
All right.
But I'm gonna say block someone mid convo, because if we're like in an argument and depending on the person, if we're in a stupid argument, I'm not dealing with it. Goodbye. Like, get out of my face.
Okay, how well do we know this person?
Okay, well, if it was like you, like obviously, okay, not gonna lie.
You've threatened to block me.
I have thought about blocking Parker many of times, but I know I can't do it, so I just don't. But no, say it was like somebody you met like a couple weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago, then I'd say block mid convo. Unless I really like the person and I just need time to process, then not pretend not to see their message for 3 weeks. So for this one, I don't really have a clear answer, I guess.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
Would you rather have a guest shoot their shot with you mid-episode or have them expose you?
I don't want to be exposed. I'm saying shoot their shot because that could get me a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
yeah, I'm saying shoot their shot.
Shoot your shot with me. Hey, if anyone wants to be a guest and you're a fine lady, pause. And 18.
You're fine,
and 18
lady.
or above. And 18 or above.
Yes.
And
Heavy on the 18 or above.
And if you ever want to be a guest on this podcast, feel free to shoot your shot with me. Because it could end up good. That's all I'm trying to say. It could end up good.
And if you ever want to be on the podcast, follow our Instagram and DM us.
Follow our Instagram and DM us. Or email. Email the manage account, and then we'll get back with you. Either way, message us on whatever you find, and we'll go from there. Unless I'm in a relationship, then don't shoot your shot with me. That would be a hard no. But I don't see myself being in a relationship anytime soon. So, with that being said, shoot your shot with me. I don't care, because that could be funny and could be beneficial.
But it could also be very awkward, because what if it's somebody you have zero interest in and they're like, hey. I'd be like, let's discuss this after.
Well, I feel like, because obviously it wouldn't be a segment or anything. It would just be like them flirting with you, I'm guessing, and then like trying to shoot their shot with you, like throughout
like
the whole episode.
The whole episode, that would be crazy, especially if you had zero interest in the person.
I'd be like, no. So moving on. But yeah, I mean,
I don't think I would have the heart. Like, I know I've said like some pretty mean things and I've done pretty mean things, but I don't think I would have the heart to do it like over the phone. I would have to text them afterwards and be like,
hey, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. But I mean, yeah, I feel like that could lead to a funny episode if a guest was just trying to shoot their shot with one of us throughout the whole time. That would be hilarious. Anyway, moving on to the next would you rather. Would you rather have an episode go viral for your voice or story? I would say voice, because one, I was told I sound like a podcaster. And two, if it's for the story, it's only gonna be that one episode that goes viral. You know what I mean?
Well, hold on now.
I'm holding.
In my opinion, it's your story because your story could have a huge impact on people. Like,
Well, yeah.
I'm saying story.
But I'm thinking more of like the longevity of everything. Because if it's the story, that one episode's going viral and it might trickle into other ones, but it's not guaranteed, right? But if it's for my voice, that one episode goes viral, that will continue because they like my voice.
Well, then it can be for your voice and my stories.
My voice, your stories, and we're working as a team. So, I would choose voice personally.
I'm choosing story. Okay, next one. Would you rather your friends rate your ex or your current partner / talking stage or situationship and have them be brutally honest? Okay, so let me go first. So I do this thing where I may or may not send pictures to my friends / our group chat, and everybody does not have a problem saying how they feel about guys I talk to or
we are brutally
whatever.
Honest.
No, they really are, and mostly every guy. I think I've only heard this whole group say one guy was decent looking, not even like, oh, he's fine.
Y'all, her taste is horrible.
Shut up. The race car driver was not bad, okay? He was not bad. That's who I'm talking about. Okay, let's not get there. We cannot go into that. Like, actually,
all right, we won't.
We can't make any jokes.
Hilarious.
Unless you guys want to hear the jokes, let me know.
Let us know in the comments down below.
Parker could say the jokes. I'll feel too bad. But no, usually they're like, "No, he's fucking ugly, Lexie. What are you doing?" Like that.
And like 7 times out of 10, they treat her like shit too.
Don't call me out like that. Don't call me out like that. So I can't really say. I don't know because they do it anyways if I want them to or not. So
I feel like either way for you, we constantly give our opinions on both your ex and if you have a current partner, talking stage, whatever.
Yeah, most of the time, none of them like him, anyways. So
I mean, as for me, because I'm more like of a brother than a cousin, so I'm very like.
Yes, and my sister.
Yeah, of course. For me, I would say ex, because like if I'm talking to the guys, right, and I show them a picture of my current talking stage or whatever. What if they think that she's hot? And it's like we're in a talking stage, so it's like she's not like quote unquote mine. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't know. I that might be like a little insecure, but I would say ex just because it is funny to talk about exes. It's hilarious.
And your friends don't have a problem with afterwards. If you were talking to someone, I know your friends would be like, "Yeah, dude, she was so fucking hot."
Yeah,
like I already know.
I know damn well that they would because Chase has said something. So
I don't even want to know what Chase said. I don't even want to know.
He just said that one of them was quote bad as fuck.
That doesn't surprise me.
So yeah, so I would say X, but I would say for our group chat, I would definitely send a picture to the group chat of my current talking stage or partner, because
usually
they're a lot more nice.
I'm the nicest, okay? Listen to me. Because even if a girl isn't that pretty, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, yeah, she's so pretty." And then afterwards, I'll tell him that she wasn't. But usually, Parker does pick pretty girls. So I'm just like, "Yeah, I'm saying. She's pretty."
I have a good track record going on here.
Okay, just because Lexie doesn't mean you can brag about it, okay?
All right.
At least some of them are funny, okay?
Okay. Funny is a good thing, but everyone says they don't go after looks. Everyone goes after looks at least a little bit. That might not be your main thing.
A little bit.
that might not be your main thing. But, you know, if they're chopped, you're not going to go out with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it for them.
If you think they're ugly, you're not going to go after them.
Well, I mean, Lexi and I will be talking about, like, you know, girls that I see or whatever. And I'll say that she's, like, chopped or something. And then Lexi just yells at me because I'm so, like, upfront and blunt about it.
Well, don't be rude. Like, I genuinely... I think everybody is beautiful in their own way, and God created you the way you're supposed to be. Parker, shut the fuck up. God created you the way you're supposed to be created. He created you in his image, and we're all our biggest haters.
So. Hey, even Steph Curry misses a shot every now and then.
Okay, let's just move on.
Okay, that was good.
So rude.
That was such a good analogy. That was such a good analogy. That was so good.
You are so mean. You are so mean. You're so mean. Let's just move on to the next one.
Okay. Would you rather have a live call from an ex mid-episode or a surprise guest you hate? I'll let you answer this one first. I don't know.
Again, I'm going with the ex because I could not deal with someone I don't like on here. I would literally I probably would not talk. Honestly. Or it'd be very like, yeah, cool.
Okay, so when we say live call, do I mean like my phone rings? I have to answer it.
Yes, you have to
put on speakerphone and talk to my ex mid-recording and her not knowing.
That's the thing. I would be like, hey, I'm on the podcast right now. Is this something we can include? Because obviously I wouldn't want it to be like some family issues and then everybody hear that. But like,
well, I mean, if it's an ex, then they shouldn't be going to you for family issues in the first place.
I don't know.
But I would say ex phone call because that could be funny.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be like, who is this? I probably had deleted their number. So yeah, I'd be like, who is this? And I'd be like, oh, it's this person. I'd be like, what do you want? Like, she's so confused on why they're calling me.
Mine would be like, oh, I miss you. I saw that you're with someone else and it just made me so sad. I don't give a fuck. That's happened before.
Do you want to name drop or no?
I'm scared.
Okay, then don't do it.
I want to name drop this person at some point, but not yet.
Oh, I'm definitely going to name drop that one soon. I wouldn't say soon, but at some point I will.
At some point. Maybe I will have code names like Race Car Guy. Yes, he knows who he is. If he ever watches this, probably not. Because, guys, listen, I finally deleted his number and unadded him on Snapchat and Instagram and Facebook.
Congratulations. It only took her long enough. How long did it take? How long did it take? 3, 4 months?
I really can't say timelines because I'll explain later. This is not something
Okay, so this is getting messy. Okay.
Do you want to hear
it? Maybe once we stop rolling, then maybe you can bring it up later.
Yeah. I don't think it's something I should say.
I think for code names, I need to come up with some too.
Yeah, me too. But we have to run it by each other so we know who we're talking about.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, like Race Car Guy, like there's only one.
Okay, that's obvious.
Right.
But it took me like, I think. Hold on. You continue talking.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things where like I need to come up with some for mine, but I don't really know any code names that would go for mine. I mean, we'd have to discuss it. Mm-hmm. But then again, I have no problem name dropping. I just need to do it in a better setting.
So it took me 8 months.
Yikes.
Mhm.
Weren't you the one that said that you need to move on or whatever? Back when you were doing your rant, wasn't that something that your rant included or no?
Did I? Yes. Learn from my mistakes. Do as I say, not as I do. Okay.
Oh, I mean, it's just crazy because like, especially like with me and like what I went through in that relationship, I feel like I would need a code name for a little bit and then name drop
Mhm.
because there was just a lot that went down in that relationship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously,
No.
you know, and then
That's how I feel about the one that I was talking about
yeah, for
earlier.
sure. All right.
Because you,
Because what?
yeah, because you know what I went through. Anyways,
But yeah, that is it. That is it for this week's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. And again, thank you guys so much for the support over our first episode. Like I said, 172 views at the time of recording, 115 subscribers, 10 likes. I could not be more grateful for the performance. Let's keep this up and let's expand this podcast to more people. Like I said, last week's episode. We're just getting started, so um, we're not perfect just yet, but we're ironing out the details, as we move along. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and listening, and we will catch you for the third episode next week. Goodbye.